Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Rule the Waves 2 as Germany, episode number 42, I think. So we're really in this terrible situation. We've already reduced our submarine warfare policy to prize rules. Pretty desperate times. We really need to make sure we don't sink any other neutral liners, otherwise we'll be facing a three-way war. I don't think we can survive a three-way war against France. I mean, if we add France to the mix. It's probably the best situation because the best situation for a three-way war for us would be Italy, Japan, and the United States, which is still, unfortunately, a distinct possibility. But we might be able to measle our way through one with France just because I'm not sure that they've recovered fully quite yet. So what we would fear is France and the United States both pooling their forces in Northern Europe. That would definitely be a blockade, but we would happily fight the French fleet one more time. Okay, so what else did I do? Well, okay, there are a few things I want to cover first. I want to talk about the battle in the Baltic. I'm not sure that resulted in the United States ships being interned. So I know that we fought the Wisconsin, this is truly their latest class of ship. So it's 1933. And we fought a few of the other ones. Obviously, we did sink 4 battleships in that fight, which is very good. But actually, the Feuer Drakas, I'm not so convinced because of their torpedo protection that they're the best thing, considering especially the amount of maintenance we're paying for them, which is the same as our Sturmbringers. I'd actually prefer a Sturmbringer over a Feuerdrache, or Feuerdrache. Just want to confirm real fast what their torpedo protection is, and it is indeed just 2. So that's, low enough that I would consider, I have, I'm sure, said on camera that I've considered bulging them. And we have torpedo protection 4. But the Blukers, those are 2 as well. They are a slightly lighter class. It's not good that they're only 2, but it's not terrible either. The Gneisenau's are level 1, which is not good either. And not too surprisingly, I actually don't really care about these things. In fact, are these already bulged? Why can't we bulge them? Can you not go lower than this? Yeah, so I think that maybe they are already bulged. I can't remember for the life of me. Really can't. So let's just open the design for, as if we were to redo it right now. Yeah, it would be a speed of 20. So we did bulge them. That was a very good decision, I think. Now, last thing I want to get to is aircraft types. I've talked to a few people, or not really, but I've exchanged comments with a few people saying how, well, your firepower of 5 is actually the best in the world. Turns out that is true. There are many now, it looks like, with a firepower of 4. And I just want to say that although this is just so barely above, even like the flying boats have firepower of 4, seems a little bit nonsensical to me. I'm not sure if these are supposed to be relative numbers. Like, does a firepower of 5 for a fighter mean still like something completely different than a firepower of 5 in like a flying boat? Are they, is there like a combat advantage built in when the simulator is dueling a flying boat and a fighter already? Like, so that the firepower of 5 already means is already enough? You talk about firepower, and I consider this number to be the amount of weapons you're able to bring to bear on a target. So I would not say, for example, that like a P-51 has less firepower than a B-17, because the B-17 is not able to bring all of its, 2 waist gunners, dual tail, belly, or the ball turret. What are we up to? 2, 4, 6, 8 for the top, 10 for the front one. Sometimes you have a cheek gunner, so that maybe 11. 11 guns, that's quite a lot. Obviously, it's almost double what the P-51 would have. But I don't consider it that way because I think that the P-51 is able to bring 6 machine guns, 6 50 cals on a target, and the B-17 in its in like the best situation, what can bring maybe 4? Okay, I'm not sure if the cheek gunner can fire. Yeah, actually, the cheek gunner can fire forward enough. So if they're coming to the front right of the airplane, you can probably get 5 50 cals on it. Maybe even 6, I don't know. But you get the point, right? So I don't know. That's my little 2 cents. I haven't really digested that or like thought about that a lot. But that's just my initial reaction. I think that fighters should have higher firepower. But maybe the combat mechanism actually heavily weights maneuverability, which they obviously are quite a lot better in. So, yeah, and it makes sense too. Your maneuverability is your ability to actually line up the shot you want on them, blah, blah, blah. So we're feeling pretty good. I don't know what we're... Oh, good, we actually have nothing going right now because I was saying to myself how I was pretty happy with those dive bombers, but I wouldn't mind having another pair. Another design, because the dive bombers are actually pretty weak as far as heavy bombs go. And that's not too surprising because it's usually dive bombers do have higher maneuverability, and it's all about their approach, right? So we are looking at... We have 0. Let's request a dive bomber. First priority has got to be bomb load. Second priority, I might go with reliability here. I don't think we need range. The range on that... Well, actually, range is pretty important because it allows us to carry heavy bombs on further away missions. So just by extending the heavy range, we're able to carry our heavier bombs. So essentially, it's kind of also adding to the bomb load. Like if they're close, it doesn't matter. You can use your heavy no matter what. But they get further away. Maybe a little bit of range makes the difference between using a medium or a heavy bomb load. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and try this. Let's see how it goes. Now, I did also add some air groups. I added in our 2 Caribbean holdings, our 2 Caribbean air bases, which are close by. I added a set of 20 medium bombers. And God only knows that our budget can't take that, but that's really the only thing I could think to do to get away with. Did I already mention, by the way, that our battle in the Baltic, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but if I did, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself, but in the battle in the Baltic, I don't think the Americans actually had their ships interned. They don't have any bases there, they don't have any allied bases there. They have heavy damage. Maybe it just hasn't happened yet because they're still in repair. I don't think your thing gets interned until it gets finished with its repairs. So if I didn't have any bases in the Caribbean, luckily I do, but if I didn't, in 2 more months, I think that's when this Schlichting class would be interned. So that's my understanding of it. So that was a pretty big prelude to the actually beginning the end turn nonsense. Let's begin the end turn nonsense. I'll let them off lightly. Okay. Better heavy anti-aircraft effectiveness. This is very good. Well, I mean, actually, we've actually sunk a fair few of the American carriers, and they haven't been so effective so far, but okay, so that one's ready for service. Yeah, this is what we expect to see from the Americans, maybe in another turn or 2. So 10 friendly merchants were sunk, only costing 3 enemy submarines, and you can see the effectiveness has been greatly decreased now that we're on prize rules. But we don't really have time to worry about that because... Oh, did I increase... What the hell is Italy doing? Oh, okay, we'll accept it. Attack enemy ships in general? Sure. There's no bases to suppress, and this is a full battle, and... I didn't show you this, but I forgot to mention it. I chose to bring back a few of the Stormbringers because they had the star by them in the Caribbean. Basically, we have too many in the Caribbean right now, so I just moved a few of them back just to basically replenish their supplies. When the star by their name, which indicates that they're low on supplies, goes away, I was going to send them back. But really, luckily for us, we have an opportunity, it turns out, to actually utilize these in what may end up being a very big fight. And the question is, carriers? Answer is yes. Holy cow. So the Nordrhein, Westfalen, and the Erie sitting nicely in their Baltic comfort zone should be able to lend a pretty sizable air fleet to this. So much so that I'm going to be very aggressive with my scouting. Let's first... Okay, so we will want to ready basically everyone, but first let's deploy... Yeah, let's deploy our... Let's go with a heavy cap again, and let's start looking. So, obviously we don't need to... This is probably beyond our max range anyway. I would say that we're going to rely on some aircraft, maybe from these, to scout a little bit. We don't need to scout the places... Well, I mean, maybe we should be scouting this little inlets there where the Americans... Maybe they've told the Italians about their little hideouts there. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's still just a secret. And I think I'm even going to go to like 315. So let me delete this, put 1, and delete this, put a 5, just to save us one more search aircraft. And I'm pretty sure that... What's our direction of travel? Well, you know what? No, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go to 335 then. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a whole lot of aircraft to be dedicating to scouting. So I think we'll be okay with that. And we'll have a comfort that they're going to find whatever is out there. Can take this down to 140 even. I don't think we need 150. And I think that's good for us. So let's go ahead and say okay on that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that cone. So we'll search there. We nicely have 3 submarines out, 2 of them being the coastal ones, 1 of them medium. It's kind of nice that the medium one's furthest away from the ports as well. I like that. I don't think that was intentional, but in case it was, well, that's quite nice. Now it looks like we're going to have a lot of ships that are under AI control as well. Oh, but also a ship not under AI control. Okay, so what are you? You are a Schutzleaf, and you have the dual purpose. Good. So I do want you to be not screening. I think support is better. It'll bring you a little bit closer to them. And there's only 1, so I don't really need to worry about the formation. And you are AI control, I assume. And broad first. Okay, that's fine. So we do want to sink whatever's out there quickly because we want to protect our AI controlled ships. Now, what else do we have? Looks like the Blukers. What's going on here? Things are not changing color. And this is the... What the hell? There's 2 ships inside of each... Oh gosh, we have 2 groups inside of each other. And then we also have the, what's getting to be the infamous arena. We have the Rhine, and that's kind of cool. We have the Rhine and 2 Rhineland class. A neat little touch. And lots of escorts, of course. So main thing is we don't want to go too fast. We don't want to find them too quickly because we'd like for our aircraft to do that. Now, I don't know. Do the Italians... This is something our admiral surely would know before heading into the battle, but I don't. They do have 2 light carriers. I'm not too worried about 20,000 total tons when I have, in this battle, 60,000 tons of carrier. And I think that there's a increasing, the opposite of diminishing returns, but an increasing return as you go up in tonnage. I think you're able to get more aircraft. So like a 10,000 can get maybe 10, but a 30,000 for only 3 times gets about 10 times the aircraft, you know, something like this. So I think it's a nonlinear scaling in favor of larger tonnage. So let's get this battle underway. Let me take a look at the aircraft situation. Are there any places with more than 1? No. I did expand these air stations, but I guess I forgot to put... In my head, I kept thinking, there's no way we're going to fight in the Baltic again, right? But this game continues to amaze me in that, yes, we are actually fighting in the Baltic. What are the Italians or Americans doing up here? I have no idea. Haven't the foggiest clue. So what we'll have to do is go and in the future, Tonder and maybe Wilhelmshaven, these 2 can get some 20 medium bombers and 20 naval bombers. Just that should cover. That'll. I don't know that. Okay, maybe just Wilhelmshaven. In that case, probably not. Just Emden then. Because I was thinking we were going to hedge our bets. We'll put one in Emden, and then maybe we'll get Danzig to also. Well, probably better if it's Pillau. Anyway, we're thinking probably like too much. Weather. We have. It looks like midday, noon. It is 12:30. How much time do we have left until the sun sets? 6 hours and 20 minutes. So that's plenty of time for us to get some damage done with our aircraft carriers. So away we go. So they are going to turn to do their launching business, which is fine by me. And I think I'm going to slow these guys down. Well, I'm not going to slow them down. Actually, what I'm going to do is turn them and then turn them back. So they are our scout force, but we don't want them to scout too quickly. And there goes the aircraft. What are you? Torpedo Bomber Recon. Okay. And what are you? Okay, the Recon craft are all going out. And those must be all from our carriers because the land-based ones would be using flying boats. So our little flies are zooming out to their various patrol sectors. And by the way, I'm not at all worried about what's 294. We'll go 293. Oh, okay, 294. I'm not at all worried about whatever the Italians have. I'm actually happy. Bring them on. Oh my God, what the hell is this? Why the hell is that? What the hell is going on here? Oh my God, they did it. It's really funny because I was just talking about this. I was just mentioning on the forums that the order of battle picker is pretty bad. And this is a perfect example of it. I can't believe I just mentioned this exact situation. So we have two ships. This is not the most egregious. I think earlier in the series we had some mixing up with the Gneisenau's, which were 26 knots. So we have two ships at 20 knots and one at 18 knots. Then we have one ship at 20 knots and two at 18 knots. You know what, game? You know what would make a lot more sense is if you put the three ships with 20 knots and the three ships with 18 knots together. Boy, wouldn't that make a lot more sense? Like, what kind of absolute stupidity is this? Come on. It's just really frustrating that maybe we'll just send our... maybe we won't use our Blukers in this because those... I don't even know what those Hohenzollerns are even doing here. It's kind of a mystery. What the hell are they doing here? They're going to be the cleanup crew, that's for sure. We're not going to utilize... those are strategic ships. What are they doing? Oh, good. So we already have... some destroyers out in patrol, I guess. Now we're waiting for those spotting reports to come back, and they should happen soon. So we have this one going north this way. We might be able to get some duplicate reports, which would be nice to narrow in where they actually are. Oh, what am I doing? We need to start readying our first strike. So what I want is a bomber... a fighter with some bombers. That makes sense, right? So that is 40 aircraft. I think that's sufficient. We could sneak in another fighter group, but... I mean, well, hell, we want to ready frickin' everything. The reason why? We can send them out in a bunch of waves. So, I want to get you to be heavy load, you to be heavy load. I'm assuming we'll be fighting them close. And the escorts on light, that's fine, because their range is 129 that way, which is still barely enough to cover. Anyway, let's go ahead and ready these strikes. Yeah. Good. And then we'll wait for those scouting reports to come in and give our carriers something to do. Okay, wow, they are close. 2, 3 battleships. Okay. Do we want... We're basically at vision range already. Alright, so let's do this. Let's turn northeast so we do cover this destroyer. Go up to 20. Go up to 20 with you guys as well. And your speed is 25 by that wonderful design, surpassing their design speed, which is great. And you guys are going to chill. I don't want you to really do anything. You're going to hang back, and I'm actually going to dedicate your... You know, if you want to know why you're not going in, just blame the stupidity of the order of battle, which decided to put you up against, or put you guys in such a stupid formation with Hohenzollern's. We'll get 2 to help out with the battlecruiser as well. Okay, when they turn back, should be about the time when we... Yeah, so let's get these guys up to 22. Start cranking up to battle speed, which I believe is going to be what we are going to want momentarily. So our cap is up. Big old cap, too. I love it. And you guys are still moving in. I'm most interested to see... Okay, so what's their course? Reports. They are heading south-southeast. Yeah, all of them are saying south-southeast. They're not all saying that, but I'm just hedging. So this appears to be, where is it? This one, which is not the latest, but I think this is the most accurate one. Actually, no, I guess, no, yeah, it absolutely could be. So let's just prepare. Let's see, we want to be on the south side, so let's get the battlecruisers to spin all the way back around. Yeah, we want to be on the south side. So let's move south. And you guys, the wind is to the north, so it is best for you guys to be facing that way. But anyway, let's see, how much longer do we have until these strikes are ready? Not very long. Just 7 more minutes, so I guess just head west so that you're in a better position to launch when those actually come into view. You're making me nervous. I don't want you to spot or reveal the enemy too quickly. Yeah, you're really making me nervous now. Don't want you to spot them. Like, what are you doing? Fine, go support the Bismarck instead. She might have too many already. What's going on here? Yeah, I guess I can take manual control if you don't want to listen to orders, but I prefer not to. That's for darn sure. You AI? Yeah, okay. So has it been 7 minutes? It has. Okay, so we can launch our first strike. I guess we just launch... Let me see this 11-13 one. That one looks fine to me. They're obviously not there. Yeah, we probably can just launch at, where we want. So, we want to load these guys up. We want... Okay, so 11 escort. We'll coordinate the strikes. This will be a little bit more, I guess for a first strike it's important though. And I think what we want to do is send the dive bombers on the first wave, because, oh my god, that's awesome. But we have 15 left. We can actually get... Let's put up the extra fighters, because it is going to be the first one. If we can destroy any cap that they have, that would be great. And I think I am going to launch at this 13 report. Actually, let me take a look. Is there another one? South. This 1110 report, maybe? It's just too much work. So I'm going to utilize my understanding of the system here. I believe that if we just choose something over here and they're going to overrun the target, they will stop and attack upon finding them. So, thinking that they're going to be a little bit over here, maybe, we'll just attack there. And launch. I get you to do this, but you guys should probably just turn immediately north. Are you guys... Oh, they need to spot now. Move up to the flight deck. Wow. That's going to take 20 minutes. Well, by that time, they really are going to be pretty much not in that position anymore. So we're going to actually speed them up so that we can kind of control the angle. They're going to move here. They're going to move there from wherever we are. So the further south we go, the more likely they are to run into the enemy there. And I think we're getting a little bit anxious. Let's go ahead and just discover them. Let's go find out where these guys are. My worst fear would be if we had one of those situations where the battle never even occurred, if the battle ends. And hopefully they're pretty lenient about that if you have carriers involved, but who knows? Who knows it indeed? Really want to see these guys in action too. I'm so happy that we ended up sending them up here. Alright, let's send somebody at 20 up here. Start doing a little bit of scouting, because I think that we're going to be, sending our fighters out soon, so we'd like to kind of know where, more or less, we expect to find their fleet. Got them. Okay, they are further than we thought. We're going to move north, because although that's not good for us, we want them to be drawn over here. Okay, so we're going to kind of let them get the wind advantage, unfortunately. Which I don't normally like, but I just really want them to fight us up here. Did they not see me? So here comes my airplanes. Now, if I can see, this is my philosophy. It's a perfectly clear day. Anything I can see, airplanes should see twice as easily. And they're in visual range, so if they can't find the targets, I will be a little bit upset. Let's go squad max, almost squad max. Get you guys, wow, over here. Okay, they're coming back this way. I think they've seen us. Yeah, looks like we're going in. Right. You're just not doing what I want you to do, buddy. There you go. And it looks like the entire group is moving. You guys, Bismarck. Let's get you to be the arenas. Battlecruiser there. Yeah, control. And I'll manually control the other ones. Okay, so this should be interesting. Oh, well, we took the first hit. Darn it. It's not that it matters too much. Deck extended. Not going to be able to do much against that with our, what's it called? All or nothing? And yes, that reminds me, these are the Italians. Did we just hit? I missed it. No. Wishful thinking, perhaps. Okay, let's let those bombers go in and do their job. We'll get these guys up to... You know what? Actually, I ought to take them up to 19, which will mean the Hohenzollern's won't be able to keep up, but the other ones will. We'll do the whole detach thing. Anyway, here comes our torpedo bombers. We got a lot of them coming in, and they have a lot to worry about as well. It's not like the only thing on their minds right now is these bombers coming in. We have, God, this is so many. This is awesome. Okay, let's pay attention. Dive bombing the enemy, probably battle cruiser. So far, no bomb hits. Okay, here we go. One bomb hit on a battleship. Bismarck was hitting the deck. Well, bring it on! Deck of 5 inches. We're feeling pretty good about that. We don't even know what we're up against yet. We have not identified. I have not. Oh, it's the Americans. That is the flag I was expecting to see. This is the flag I'm actually going to see. Well, this is actually a little bit more scary then. Yeah, we do want to fight from range, so we're gonna pull back with the Bismarcks. Pull back. I mean, hey, we don't just want to fight from range because, you know, the whole. We have better deck armor, but also because we have plenty of ready that one. We do have plenty of air power that can slowly take its toll. Okay, so here we go. Bismarck, hull hit. No bomb hits. I don't think that they'll be able to do much. I mean, this is so many torpedo bombers. I imagine that we're going to get some crazy amount of hits. That's what I'm not just imagining, I'm hoping, of course. And they don't have any escorts. Where are their escorts? It's a very confusing situation here. Okay, bomb hits. Okay, we're torpedo bombing now. They do have an escort somewhere, KE, which we can't see. Wait, this could be important. No. Yeah, we have not spotted any carriers anywhere, so which is fantastic. Okay, good. 2, 3. Let's see, who is it? The Italians. Well, thank goodness, because those pesky Italians, they just absolutely deserve it. We landed our first, I believe it's our first gun hit of the day. Nope, the second one. No, wait. That's Ohio. Yep, that is the first one. Unless we landed one previously and I wasn't aware of it. Nope, the last time that anything was hit, it was us being hit. Bismarck finally, was it her? Yeah, it was Bismarck. She finally got sick of taking the blows and decided to give them out. Okay, very good. You guys should... We do want the long-range engagement, but... Okay, Massachusetts was hit by a single torpedo. This is going to end up being a massacre, which is, in my opinion, frankly, very well deserved, considering I don't know what they're doing here in the Baltic anyway. So we're going to try to get our carriers out of here, though. Once they're ready... We could do just another launch here. If they have no cap, I mean, hell, if they have no cap, what are we waiting for, right? Let's go ahead and launch. We'll do this at a target. Like so. Launch. And I don't know how long it'll take for that to happen. Massachusetts was hit by another torpedo. These are air-launched torpedoes, so, you know, they're not the most devastating. But it's going to hopefully just help us swing the battle in our favor. And the Ryan class getting involved, hitting the Ohio. She's the only one we haven't... Nope, I mean, we don't know what this one is, but... This battleship's probably a goner. 3 torpedoes? I mean, I think she's spinning in circles. And one of the best things about this is the fact that when all this is happening, when they're spinning in circles, those guys aren't firing, so we should have an advantage in terms of just being able to bring, wow, 2 more torpedoes for the Massachusetts. This is just going to be a slaughter. This is going to be an absolute slaughter. I mean, hopefully we don't lose a single ship. So, note to self, don't put the destroyers in. Okay, Massachusetts has been hit enough that I think it's okay to say that she's probably going down. Kaiser Penguin actually did get its turrets disabled by a hit. These turrets are 15 inches. Wonderful. Very happy to see those high values. And it looks like they are shifting to the northeast. Nope, they're coming back this way now. We're just going to continue to fire. Obviously, we don't want to go too far because our Bismarcks are only, our Rhineland class. Nope, this is the Sturmbringers, thank you. The Sturmbringers are only capable of firing in front of them. We have no chase. We cannot be chased and fire. So, very good to, make sure that we're not overrunning them too much. So, we'll start our circle now. Still getting hits on. That's good. This one might be just running for the hills. Still don't know what this last one is. Ohio's getting picked on a bit now. There she is, South Carolina. A little bit older. Still valuable. And are the new ones underway? Not yet. Probably a little bit more time before they're ready. 11 more minutes. Wow, that's a fair amount of time. A lot can happen in that time. Like the Ohio taking some more hits, which is fantastic. Really good. Now the Ohio is very well armored. Deck being the worst sides, and we're closing, which we don't really want to do this much. Although this is very armored. The Sturmbringers, I just fear nothing with them. Okay, belt's penetration by the on the Rhine, and that is the weak point of most of my ships, is their belt. So, okay, 2 more hits on the Ohio, including another 17-inch blast. This poor ship has already had 3 of its turrets disabled. We'll get you guys down a little bit slower. And I'm going to speed you guys up as well. Go up to 24 to match. And again, the weird thing is I don't see any turrets on these things. I'm sorry, escorts with these things. Oh, maybe there are a few. Maybe they're already picking up survivors. So this is going to be a stomp. Now, there's actually been a fair few people. Well, okay, I think 2, maybe 3 people. So is that a fair few? I don't know. Actually, maybe it's only 2. Who have commented that they think these battles are not fun to watch because it's such a stomp. I mean, hey, I don't know what to do. I mean, so one of the recommendations was maybe to move to, Rear Admiral or Admiral's mode, because with the torpedo launches, look, this is not a torpedo launching situation, and we're just going to, I don't know how to say it, we're just going to roll face against these guys. Massachusetts claims to be sinking. She might very well be. She is. What did she take? 6 air-launched torpedoes? I think that's probably enough. This one took 3. She may not be dead, but she's out of the fight. So we really only have to focus on 2. Oh, good. I was going to say 2, and one of them being the South Carolina, who hadn't taken a hit yet, now has. Let's go back south, because I'm not really moving anywhere. There we go. Another one on the South Carolina. This is just a slaughter, though. I mean, these ships are just doomed. Totally doomed. Ohio is now taking a fair amount of punishment. That was a 17-inch and a 16-inch. I mean, it doesn't matter. 17, 16, those are just, they're all devastating. Oh my god, we've actually destroyed 3 of their turrets now. So their firepower has been chopped down. Massachusetts, not necessarily important that we take that one out, but it is the Bluchers firing doing that, so it's also not that important. I don't really care. I think we're launching now, which is nice. Which means they can go and sink the Massachusetts and the Italian thing one more time. Ryan taking a hit. Yeah, it's pushing that a little bit. I do want to continue to extend the range, but we actually hit. No, that's the Ohio. I don't know why we would suddenly not know what it was when we did a second ago, but we're taking out the super firing turret on the South Carolina, which is good to see. We don't want to turn too much with the group on top, otherwise it's going to give the slower ships a chance to catch up. This one hasn't moved much. I think she is dead. So which battleships are you hitting now? Good. That's the South Carolina. That's the one I want hit. So I guess these, where are they? Torpedo bombers, there they are going to come back just in time to mop up the survivors. I see a lot of unreadied. We'll just go ahead and do our usual. Get everyone to ready status. It may be important not to auto-ready everyone when we start going up against other carriers. But for now, I don't think it matters. Okay, so area only has 50 torpedoes remaining. Wait, you're supposed to be allowed to fire or launch 2 torpedoes per... You're supposed to be able to launch 2 torpedoes per carrier. It's now in there like that. How many are we readying? 15, 12, says 25. This is 38. We have enough. What are you talking about? What the hell? I don't understand this. What the did this just change? I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what's going on. They say they only have 50 torpedoes. I'm not asking you to ready. I'm only asking you to ready 47? Okay, whatever. I don't know what's going on. Why are you being so particular about this? Maybe you have to do them one at a time? Okay, that appears to be the case. And now the dive bombers, who are not going to take torpedoes anyway, hopefully can also be readied. Good. Okay, very good. I don't know what happened there, but we figured a way around it. Oh, this is going to be so bad. Turbits! Don't fire at that it's the Blukers. I don't have control. Yeah, this is a slaughter. So really, we just want to run out the clock, and hopefully we can finish this battle before the end of the video. Okay, Bismarck hitting... Yeah, I mean, these guys are all goners. I hope they don't hit the Massachusetts too many times. Okay, we're just going to start moving in. We got, like, ships sitting everywhere. Just, they want to be torpedoed. They want to be killed. Okay, Massachusetts... God, took a lot of hits. And you took 1 torpedo, which is the Ohio. Well, the South Carolina is still running free and dangerous, so we'll hopefully be a little bit careful about her, but that Massachusetts is surely going down. Just unfortunately not going down before the overkill comes to an end. Okay, good. This is... Oh, good! We hit this one. That's actually perfect. Because that's the one that, in my opinion, is the most dangerous right now. Try to get some destroyers. Unfortunately, we don't have any light cruisers in this fight, which would have been useful against what I presume is their 1 destroyer. Oh my god, this Massachusetts is just ridiculous. Oh. A battle cruiser. Well, yes. Yes, indeed. I would love to take on this battle cruiser. I'm going to send my battle cruisers themselves over to deal with the battleship. I'm going to designate this new battle cruiser as the priority target for our Stormbringers. We'll kind of pull alongside her and see what we can get done. Might have gone a little bit too far. Just go ahead and close back up. And where are our destroyers? Let's get this guy into the action. We don't want those Massachusetts hit anymore. Oh, look at this. Ohio's trying to make a break for it. Is she already a goner? She's technically not. We haven't been able to hit the new battlecruiser yet. Aha, it was only a matter of time. Okay, we actually have our first Italian identified. 13-inch guns. Well, don't make me laugh. What are you bringing that here for? Not sure what would make you think that that's a good idea, but... Okay, South Carolina. Please let me see some shit. Let me see some hits on the South Carolina. Yeah, Sicilia's an absolute goner. She might already be dead. She's just such a light ship. 23,000 tons, taking horrible damage from 17-inch shells. Get these guys up to squad, or 20, I should say, not squad max, but they will actually kind of chase down the Ohio here, which is still running free. Massachusetts finally went down after taking, I don't know, what's the number of torpedoes people guess she's taken at this point without looking? Just gonna kind of just rough guess, I'm gonna say 14. Okay, let's move in on the Cecilia. She's, I'm sure, already dead. 17-inch shells are just no joke. I have no idea if things are ready here. Oh, you're doing something? Let's launch stuff before there's nothing left. Did we overdo it? No, we didn't overcook it yet. There's 34. Coordinate strike. Let's forget about the coordinated strike. Just go whenever you can. So it does add a fair amount of time to that. Yeah, we don't need that. Just basically land, get your new whatever, and then take off and go kill. You're ready, so we'll go ahead and send you as well. Ready strike, and new target is this area. And launch. Okay, yeah, but it might even be over before the airplanes get there. Oh, Campania. She changed her mind. She's now a different... It's the same. 13-inch guns. I don't know. She's dead either way. Doesn't matter too much. South Carolina is now has now been run down, and there are a few destroyers here, so we would actually like to take those destroyers out. I am not hitting space. Decided to run a little bit on its own. So you're a goner. So now you really have freedom. You can take out whoever you want. Everyone can take out what they want. Really, what we want to be focusing on most is the destroyers at this point. Let's go ahead and do that. It's a little bit weird, but it's actually the most threatening target that's left. And they are actually firing at them. Okay, you've already launched your death blow. Let's get you to help out with the destroyers as well. Good. Jarvis class just got blasted. Jarvis, that's right. I forgot the battlecruisers only have 4-inch guns as well. Running out of main ammunition to destroy these things. So can you give me one torpedo launch at that? You might have already launched 2. Just launch a few more. For good measure, just to put her out of commission. In fact, just continue to launch at her because I know what's going to happen. Those torpedo airplanes are going to come by and just going to destroy her anyway, so don't give them the time or the satisfaction. Jarvis, good. We are hoping to wear these guys down before they are able to do anything to my poor ships. Okay, good. The Ohio's taking a lot of damage. Jarvis is getting hit as well. Oh, good. So that first one's probably a goner. Just taking quite a few hits. Not yet. That's a lot of good hits now. We're right near port, so I think we can even survive a torpedo hit or two. Not that we want to lose any battle, whatever, prestige right now. Oh man, you just went right through them, didn't you? It looks like you followed your torpedoes in. That one's dead. You guys probably will end up taking a torpedo here if we're not careful. I don't want them to get away. Really don't. Oh my god, who's doing this? For the love of all that is good, stop this nonsense. You guys over here. Okay, Ryan is hit by a torpedo. Do not pass go, do not collect $200, just go right to port. So it's no surprise, essentially. Wow, 63% damage from one torpedo. Ooh. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to gun it. High speed may increase flooding, but we're very, very close. 139, I mean, is actually not that bad. I'm going to turn in with... Oh, yeah, I think they're all dead. I think everything is dead. Is there a ship alive remaining? Okay, you're going to port as well. Guess what? Arena, you, for some reason, normally a torpedo magnet, have not been hit by a torpedo, so you will stay the course. We'll get both of these into home, and I feel pretty good about that. Got our destroyers coming down here, making sure those other Jarvis class aren't able to do anything, which is good. Lots of destroyers, which is good. And our Bismarcks have, what are these things called? Sternbringers have just gone a little bit too far. The dive bombers are the most important thing right now. Can we get those dive bombers to help out? Not sure what's going to happen here. Oh, yeah, naval strike. I think it's happening on. Yeah, we're just everyone can just go home. Just go home. We probably could sink that a little bit more. 53 minutes. Arminius has been hit by a torpedo. So there is one important name in there, and that was the Arminius. Oh, is this thing still alive? It is. It's not. Oh my. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, it's a little bit overkill. It's a little bit overkill. So yeah, I'm very famous for saying, I'm not famous for saying, but I do enjoy saying there's no such thing as too much overkill, but there is such thing as too much overkill. Being a little reckless with these ships. I don't want to lose ships. Oh my god. They only did this because it was a competition to see who could take more torpedoes, the Ohio or the now already sunk. Where was she? By the way, I don't like these names on. Ohio, the Massachusetts, which already rolled over, sank. Something ridiculous. Just stop. Lord have mercy on the poor people. And Arminius. Wait. No, well, you can actually hang out with Arminius. You gone mad, Arminius? Okay. We lost an auxiliary at some point, but this was total decimation. Not too surprising. I do want to look at the ship details. Oh my god. Hey, look, I was right. 14. Hey. That's pretty cool. So, to answer the question, is the AI maybe guilty of a little too much overkill? I would say that 61 heavy shots and 25 torpedoes, even against the Yamato, is too much overkill. Let's just keep the number of torpedoes, even if it's beyond single digits, let's keep it below 20. My God, I mean, freaking 15 torpedoes. What can even survive 8 torpedoes? What could survive 10? Much less 15, much less 25. This is just like, what the heck what am I even looking at here? So I hope everyone was able to see their ship or whatever you're following here. Wait, we were hit by a torpedo? Again, a little bit strange to me that this close to, with this many escorts, we were hit by a torpedo. What is a enemy submarine doing in the Baltic anyway? It doesn't matter. So a huge victory for us, and this is going to stave off. The only thing is, if France does go to war, it will reset our victory point count, and that'll be very disturbing. But for now, we'll call this video to a close. Our funds are dropping. That must be the replacement aircraft we're buying. So although the monthly balance is positive, the purchase of all that happens, I guess it's just immediately deducted from your funds. It doesn't appear as an upcoming potential expense in the monthly balance, which honestly it would be nice if they had a category, or maybe it'd be construction, maybe be in, I guess the most fitting is probably in naval aircraft. You can tell here how many aircraft you're gonna have to buy in the next turn. Be a little bit nice. Is there gonna be an invasion of Puerto Rico? I don't know. We have to thin down the U.S. a little bit more. Yeah, we're only at 2-1 right now. When we bring the Stormbringers and everything back, there's hope, but we need to wait 5 more months for Panama to have higher base capacity. And I'm actually surprised. What the hell? How are we still over base capacity? We're only just barely, but we are still over base capacity. See, what is this 172? We have 92 points there, but it says we have 195 worth of stuff. I don't know. I wish I did. But for now, we got to wrap this up in a hurry. So thanks for watching. And until the next one, take care.